My name is James, and I'm a creative director at SFO Design. And I'm a graphic designer, and I began my career in graphic design in television. So I spent over 30 years in TV animation and design. And I also spent a lot of time in the corporate world designing as a creative director, designing video and web and print. So for the last year, I've been experimenting with AI apps and trying to figure out, how to use them in my daily work. So in the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to talk about how you might be able to use AI-driven design for marketing and focus on incorporating it into your AI into your workflow. I'll also be showing you a few videos that I've been working on that we used in using AI. So, we do all kinds of great images with AI. I'm using Midjourney. I've used a lot of apps, but I'm using primarily Midjourney. And so we can do all these really cool images, with prompts. And so the question I had was, how can I apply this to some of the marketing, the people that I work for in marketing in corporate world, so how can we do layouts for websites and presentation leads? How do you incorporate this kind of stuff into AI into your workflow? So together with another colleague of mine, Rosemary at totheweb.com, we have put together a training module that introduces and educates in-house marketing teams and corporations. And part of what I'm going to show you tonight is just some of those things that we worked on. It's not the whole training thing at all. It's just a little part of it. So, for instance, website design layouts. These layouts are right out of Midjourney. There's no Photoshop or anything. But you can imagine what you could do if you wanted to if you can do Photoshop. You can go in there and apply your own branding color or your logos or whatever to this. E-commerce sites, straight out of Midjourney. Very simple prompts too. I mean, sometimes the simplest prompts really work really well. But these are first layouts right out of Midjourney. No Photoshop at all. And any of the stuff that I'm going to show you actually. Social ads. You imagine doing social ads like this. You could just take these types of things, design them in Midjourney, get an approval from your client, go out and shoot your own models if you need to, and then replace it with this. So you've got this, you can get so many great looks and such a great direction in design in such a short period of time. So from the beginning of your research to your layouts that you want to show to your clients, I'm doing it with this, This is an example of a possibility for a brochure. This example, I used a hex color. So in Midjourney, you can use hex colors that will give you really close, accurate colors to your brand. You can also upload images, of a branding images to Midjourney, and it will give you a like type of stuff. So this is like I said, straight out of Midjourney, no photoshopping whatsoever. Presentation layouts. This is an example of like PowerPoint presentations. These are all the kinds of things that in a corporate in-house marketing agency you have to design. These are all the types of things that you need. Product design. Imagine taking this, putting it into an app that creates a model for you, or put it into CAD and rebuild it and present it. Or more packaging and product design. This is an example of how you can use it for stock photography. So in an in-house agency for a lot of these corporations, they're using probably costing them $200,000 a year in stock photography. I think AI is going to can really cut into that cost. This is an example of on the one on the left is the pink sweatshirt. But now let's say the client says, well, how about a black jacket or how about a green jacket? It's the same prompt, just changing that one thing. You get a very similar, acceptable photograph, hopefully. Some architectural, again, the one on the left here, I intentionally made it look like 1980s, kind of like something you could use for a law firm or whatever. The one on the right says Google Meeting Room on it. It gave me these little colored Google like lights. It's really kind of cool. Again, some interior design, murals, for your office. And that's a taste of some of the stuff we've been doing for marketing people, for in-house high-tech companies. This next part is I'm going to show you some videos that I've been working on and the tools that I've been using. Midjourney we've been using for imagery. Runway AI we've been using for motion. Kyber for motion. Artlist we're using for music and sound effects. ChatGPT we're using to write scripts and give us visual ideas. 11 Labs we've been using for voiceovers. The iPhone I use for voiceovers as well because I use my own voice for a lot of stuff. And then sometimes I use my voice, I put it into 11 Labs, and it gives me the right kind of timing for the read. A D-ID is an app that we're using for lip syncing. And then Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, Audition, and Envato. These are all kind of post-production type tools, right? We're combining everything in Premiere or After Effects and adding some overlays. Our process is typical to any sort of video process, except that we're using these AI apps, right? To get our motion, to get our designs, to get our scripts. This is a video that we did with a friend of mine, Jeff Pickett from Redlands Creative in Colorado. Together, we made this video in 48 hours for Runway. And we got a creative brief at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. And we worked through the weekend and we uploaded this video at 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday. So that is from start to finish, from all visuals, from the script, from the idea, everything all done. And I'll play it. It's about 2 minutes. Oh, wait, I'll tell you this. I forgot. This is our process. So we started with the script. We got a creative brief. We started with the script and we had AI write us a script. And it gave us narration. It gave us ideas for visuals. It gave us voiceovers. And then we, obviously with ChatGPT, you make it your own and you modify it as you go. Then we created the images in Midjourney. Then we animated this in this Runway program, which we were just new to using, and we're figuring it out. And then we edited it all together in Premiere. These are some of the characters that we first studied. The video called for a monster, so we created all these different kinds of monsters, and we're looking at what character did we want to use, and we chose one similar to the one on the bottom right there. But so here's the video.
In a world where shadows danced with the peculiar, there lived a misunderstood creature named Luminari.
Our children's lives are in peril! Let's rid ourselves of this evil!
Now unaccepted, homeless and lost, Luminari wandered for days to find a sanctuary that accepted those that were different. What the future might bring seemed hopeless. And then, just when it seemed that hope had abandoned Luminari, in the darkness at the end of the forest, Luminari spies and cautiously approaches a carnival. And as the sun rises there, he is greeted and meets some odd and peculiar performers.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. welcome. Welcome to our home.
Luminari, now settled in the vibrant sanctuary, discovers new and unexpected friendships, revealing his extraordinary ability.
Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare to witness the unparalleled talents of our newest performer, Luminari.
In a world where oddities flourished, the misunderstood creature finally found its home. For sometimes, it's the oddest among us who bring the most enchantment to the world.
Thanks. So, you know what? We could have used another week or so on that. But anyway, this is another video that we recently did, again, with my friend Jeff in Colorado. This is a video for a band called Blackmore's Night. I don't know if everyone has ever heard of it, but it's a pretty popular band amongst some areas. And they came up with a song called Christmas Eve, and so we were approached to do a video for them, and we submitted the idea of doing it with AI. So we created this video using a program called Kyber mainly. And we used ChatGPT first didn't have to write a script for this because we already had the lyrics, right? So we just put the lyrics into ChatGPT and asked it to give us some ideas for visuals. So that really helped us get started with it. And we started creating some character studies, and we're trying to figure out the style of this animation. And we're running all these things by the client at the time, and we're getting feedback from them. And once we figured out what the style was, and we did some animation tests as well, we created this video. I mean, we created the storyboards, and there's maybe about 10 pages of storyboards because it's a fairly long video. And we then got the approval, and we made this video. I'm going to play it. It's 4 minutes long, but bear with me.
Say goodbye to November. She must be on her way. The cold winds of December feel like they're here to stay. Me, I'll just count the snowflakes as they start to fall, getting lost in the beauty, the magic of it all, and our eyes filled with wonder as the reindeer take to flight. It's Christmas Eve as we ring through the town, we gather to sing. Christmas Eve has begun, peace and love to everyone. Light the festive candles, they'll chase the shadows away. Gathering round the Yule log with handfuls of holly. looked brighter than tonight, and our eyes filled with wonder as the reindeer take to flight. It's Christmas Eve, bells will ring through the town. We gather to sing. Christmas Eve has begun. Peace and love to
So you have to be in the Christmas spirit when this came out, you know. Yeah, it got a lot of great reviews from the fans, like hundreds of thousands of great reviews, because they have a following, you know. So they really love that music. So and they're used to a certain style of that this band puts out for videos. This is a short video that just actually part of a test of a video that I'm working on. It's based on a true story of a friend of mine. And so we wrote this story in ChatGPT, and I mean, it was based on a true story, but then we had ChatGPT help you write it again. And let's see, it's called A Bad Night in Tijuana. It's an amazing story about a friend of mine who had a really bad night in about 4 hours. And I'm not going to show very much. This is just a really short piece. Content warning on it because it would have some too bad stuff in it, but it's...
In the heart of beautiful San Diego, where the sun paints the skies with hues of warmth and the Pacific breeze whispers through palm trees, live two fraternity brothers, Jake and Waylon. In their vibrant and pristine fraternity house, Jake and Waylon are inseparable friends and lead a life brimming with excitement and camaraderie.
What happened, Davis? We just had a killing here. Who was it? Don't know. Some fellow just entered the building when he was shot. He must have been going up to see the governor. Is the governor still in the office?
I'm so
Yes, the secretary just told me he's expecting you. Thanks.
no. I'm bored out of my mind. Yeah, we gotta figure something out. I'm thinking about Mexico.
Send him right in.
You know, it's only 20 minutes away,
The governor's
and there's no
considered
drinking
upset.
age. Yeah, my brother got laid in Tijuana.
Hello, Governor. Hello, Bob. You heard about the killing?
Senoritas
The dead man
and
was on the
margaritas in a road trip.
Known for their adventurous spirits and insatiable appetite for excitement, Jake and Waylon venture to the border with enthusiasm, ready to create a legendary escapade. The prospect of the border, with all its mystery and allure, beckons to them like an uncharted territory waiting to be conquered.
Wow, smell those tacos. Oh, this is awesome. This is like Disneyland down here. I need something to drink. What about down there? Yeah, that place over there looks like it's happening. Let's check it out. Hola, buenas noches.
As the night wore on, Jake and Waylon found themselves caught up in the lively atmosphere of Tijuana's nightlife. They danced with senoritas, sipped on margaritas, enjoying the thrill of the moment.
Hey, dude, that gringo over there looks wasted.
Hey, man, you doing all right? You eat a bad taco or something?
Well, we used Kyber, for the first one, and it had this morphing flip chart type of flipboard kind of effect, But it was actually, it depended on the script, So we had the song, and we illustrated that song, So as that song was moving, we were cutting as it felt right throughout the words of the song. With this Tijuana one, really gets into. I think it's really, really interesting to take these apps that we have available, sitting at your computer and being able to animate these little things and try to make a story that's interesting, right? So it's actually a little harder for me to do because I don't know exactly where to go all the time, So you're really trying to be a filmmaker, right, and get that shot in there that works. And it's been great. It's been really fun to do that, and I think it's just amazing to be able to use these apps to try to tell a story. Typically, you have to come up with the idea, right? So you get a creative brief either from a client or you make one up yourself, but you have to have an idea. And from that idea, you create a script. And the script, really is the blueprint to what you're going to do. Then you go in and you come up with the style and character studies and all the different components to this that you might try. You try a little animation test, you try an effect test or whatever. And then you get into production. Once you've figured out what you're going to do, you got a good idea what you're going to do, then you get into production, create all the images and all the elements that you need. Then you bring it all together. And then you go back, and you fix those elements, you put them back in, and it's a constant going back and forth, but you have to start someplace and it's like building a house, right? You need a foundation, you need some plans, and you need a foundations. That was all from Artlist. So the voices are my voices, except for the narration and the girl. But they're my voices that I just make up on my phone. And then the narration is done in 11 Labs. Lip syncing process is done with a thing called D-ID. It's that app, and you create a head, and then you go back in with, you can go back in after you creating, you go back in with After Effects and you can have lights or absolute muscle. The consistency, I used Midjourney, and so there's controls in Midjourney that you can, once I get the face that I like, I upload that to the browser and bring it back into Midjourney and then tell it, use
it as an additional prompt with the whites.
Yeah, and I use the prompt and tell it to reference this image on the browser, and it comes up with, you got to try it a few times, and it comes up with the one you like, So it's obviously a lot of trial and error, with that stuff, but it's so fast. Both things really, yeah, because we had a client that we were actually trying to solve. If you notice, a lot of the things were in grays and in essence, with accents of gold, So if we had a client in mind when we were going through it. That's how we started, but not all of them. But some of them I was just trying to show examples of how you could do it. And I have so many. I mean, I have hundreds of different ones. But we did have a client in mind that had a certain brand color, and that was really important to us to try to figure out how do we could actually use it, how to make it practical use, And since those I did those, it's gotten better, and so we can actually do it better than we did before. I mean, really just getting the story right is and not knowing where you want to go with it, knowing what it want it to look like is the hardest part, right? And then, the way that I'm working is I have several browsers. I have a couple of big monitors, and I have like 6 or 7 browsers open. I'm animating it 6 or 7 different prompts at a time, and seeing which ones are working and just trying new prompts constantly. And then downloading the ones I like, sticking it into and I'm actually doing the whole thing all at once, kind of images, animation, and editing all at once, once I find like different pieces of music.